Hello fellow modelers, today we're going to be looking at building some wheels my way and wing pylons and continuing with our overall build. It's going to get a little technical, so hang on to your hats and let's begin. So in making those wheels, I usually get cardstock, cartridge paper as we call them in my country, from the stationery store. And I cut them into 2mm strips, 3mm strips, and 4mm strips. And then I use cryolite glue or regular paper glue to wrap it around a toothpick, using my trusty tweezer to keep it in shape, as you can see. What I'm doing here is basically using the outline on the kit to measure the width or the diameter of my wheels. So here you see I start from scratch, get it into place, using cryolite glue to hold it, and then hold it in place. There you go. And that's the nose wheel. So we have two nose wheel and two main wheel. Then I cut out the wheel hub. This is what I use to glue onto the cardstock that we use to form our wheel. Now, after we cut out our wheel hubs, I then put the wheel in any rotating tool. Here I just have a generic Dremel tool, and I use basic sandpaper that you can get, sandpaper file that I can get from any beauty store. Does it have to be expensive? And that's what I use to smoothen the wheel and create a circle. Once completed, I then color it with my black ink and then apply the wheel hub. Cut the other side, repeat the process, and voila. So the landing gear door, the main thing that you have to remember is what position it's in, how to fold it, and to create curves where there needs to be curve, and how to angle where it needs to be angled. The reason I'm just using red marker on the edges is that's what I see on some modern kit, so I just apply it to the card model. No more, no less. And now we get into what I call the nitty-gritty, which is the details of the landing gear door hinge, the parts that are attached to the main landing gear struts. All those little details I am now applying. And yes, it's going to be tiresome, and funny enough, I find myself doing more research looking on a model online to figure it out before I actually attempt to put it together. And there you go. Not bad at all. And this is now installing the ones at the rear. And see how beautiful a model come together? Love it. So it's time to give her her arms so she can carry her deadly payload and fuel for extended journey. Please again remember, this is 1/72 scale. GPM kits, as far as I know, only come in 1/33 scale. So this will be a lot easier for you to build and attempt. And I would encourage you at least one time have a stash where years from now you could probably attempt building it. I know that I have made several modifications to this kit to get it to where it needs to be. I hope that GPM will eventually look on updating the kit, because it's a beautiful kit. It is. It's really. And it's minor things to just change on it that will make an incredible difference. So I hope that they consider it. Now the outer pylon, what I'm doing, gets a little more technical. And this, what you see I'm cutting out here, was to facilitate the wing folding. So it goes into a little more detail, but not too much. And it does work in the end. Once we assemble our pylons and we're putting it into place, we first use ordinary glue to make sure we put it in the correct position, and once it's in the correct position, we then use cryolite to firmly hold it in place. And there we have it. So now we come to the auxiliary fuel tank assembly. Now, one of the things I love about when I recolor this kit is the fact that the fuel tanks, the auxiliary tanks, carry decals on it, the Patriots. And it made for a pretty interesting model at the end when all three were assembled. There are several times while I'm doing this video where I said maybe I should cut it short. One of the reasons why it is at the length it is, I want model builders and those who are attempting to build a model to probably see the techniques I use and to get theirs built, and it will be a lot easier, or they may get an idea of how to make it more efficient for them, so that they're not totally confused or lost when building it. And that's why I did this page. I love doing the models, but I also figure if I had difficulty when I started, how many others might have it, and it would help a great deal. Well, after assembling the tanks, it will be it for this video. So thanks so much for joining me so far, and I hope you continue on this journey because we're almost complete with this model. And if you're new to this channel, you could probably please consider subscribing, and it will go a far way in helping this channel grow. So until then, my friends, take care, walk good, relax, be gentle with yourself, have fun building, and above all, my friends, one love.